what other platform can you use a keyword search where demographically, by title, by first degree, second degree, third degree, exact locations, job titles.
You can effectively use LinkedIn as a search engine, and that's exactly what I do. It states that 57% of people will decide just from looking at a profile if they're going to do business with you. How old do you think LinkedIn is this year?
I don't actually know that. I'll say 20 years.
It's 19 years and it's still going strong.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are rerunning another episode on the podcast, and today we're talking all about LinkedIn. So how to manage, run, and also make money off LinkedIn. So Paul, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Here we are, fresh after our event from last week, Peak Performance event, which if you weren't at the event, why were you not? But we are going to be talking about LinkedIn. So if you're someone that wants to really utilize the platform, yes, it's a little bit boring. Yes, it's a little bit mundane. It's not that aesthetically pleasing. However, my God, can you earn some serious money, can't you?
You can.
So let's talk us through it.
Cool. So LinkedIn for me is the best platform for generating direct to vendor leads, getting you direct investors. And just really, it's so much more positive than like the negativity that we've experienced on TikTok, Instagram, and return on investment. You can't compare.
It's very niche in terms of what other platform. This is a question to ask yourself. What other platform can you use a keyword search where demographically, by title, by first degree, second degree, third degree, exact locations, job titles, and there's so much more that I don't even know. I mean, we were talking about it on the way in on the underground, is that there are so many search engines when it comes to really finding your exact client. And the brilliant thing is, once you found who your client is, you just duplicate it across different areas: UK, Hong Kong, Dubai, America. So it's like you can really find who you're looking for, can't you?
I think the beauty about LinkedIn for me is once you know who your client is, your end client, you've built that profile of what industry they're in, what job title they've got, and what location they're in. You can effectively use LinkedIn as a search engine, and that's exactly what I do. So if I have a specific requirement for some houses in Greater Manchester, we could put that down to say Bolton. I would be searching for landlords, Bolton, and anyone that has landlord within their bio and their location is Bolton will come up. And there's not many other, or there may not be any other platforms that you'd have that sort of detailed and advanced search facility.
You don't get any of that on Instagram. You don't even get that on Instagram's bio. If you go and look at someone and you try and work them out, whether they're a company owner, what they do, where they're from, you don't really get all of that. No. On LinkedIn, you get all of it. What company they own, what can you do there? Find out how much the company's earning. And again, polls, we've been using polls a lot recently. We spoke about that before. How much like energy and interaction and comments and impressions and also, like you said, like Paul just said, this is the key part, is knowing who your potential clients are. They actually reveal themselves on polls.
Yeah.
And you see who they are, don't you?
I think with the polls, obviously, like I said to you, I've been doing them unwork related, but whatever's in the media. So whether that's through the election, the football, whatever it might be, I'm getting at least 10,000 impressions, which that's 10,000 people that you wouldn't get if you put a question out on Instagram, because Instagram is obviously only appealing to your following or followers. So the beauty about it is if you like my post, you comment on my post, that then opens my post up to your audience.
So it's not second degree and third degree.
Exactly. So when you're going down your feed and you see Aaron has commented on this, my post will appear there. And it could be a really, really good way of marketing to your audience, somebody else's audience that are completely out of my reach or out of my industry. So for me, it's the number one. And I learned a little fact last night, actually. I said to you that I was watching something. How old do you think LinkedIn is this year?
I don't actually know that. I'll say, what, 20 years?
It's 19 years and it's still going strong. And you look at all of the other platforms that have sort of, they've been there and they fizzled out. What do we start with? Like FacePic and...
there's Bebo, there's been MySpace, there's been...
But it's still there and it's still a strong platform and people are still making a lot of money of it, from it. And obviously there's a reason for that.
Yeah, you've got to remember it's a business platform. So if you want to get business done, it's a little bit gimmicky. Sometimes it's a bit Facebooky and stuff like that. But that's the whole point of it. I think if we break this down from the beginning, so if you're someone watching this podcast and you're thinking, right, I know I should use LinkedIn or I want to get started, but it's just not, it's not getting me excited. Well, the first thing to do is you've got to set up your profile correctly. You can have it looking great. What we'll do is in this video, I'll include Paul's and my LinkedIn. Click on it and have a look at our profiles and how we're set up and what we post about. And there's nothing wrong in kind of looking at an account that's doing well. And people are earning serious money, but it starts with your foundations, which is your profile, isn't it? And clearly stating to your audience what you do.
Yeah. Again, just from this course that I'm doing, it states that 57% of people will decide just from looking at a profile if they're going to do business with you. And that's 57% of people that could decline to do it if effectively your shop window is not attractive. And for me, what I took from this course is the bio is the most important part of it, because whatever you have at the start of that bio is what's going to be picked up in the algorithm and keyword searches when they're matching you to other people. So when they're saying suggested connections. So the way to look at it is you have to identify the pain of your potential customer, and then you have to have buzz keywords at the start, which are the solutions. And that is what effectively is going to get you the leads that you want.
Yeah. And the other thing is build on your connections. So don't, not connect with people. Don't just wait for people to connect with you. Actually go out and actively every day connect with people. So, what's the maximum that you can connect with people a day?
You know what? I think it tops at about 500 a week, something like that. I don't know what it is a day.
So there is a max, that there is a limit, but it's really important that you use that limit. Go out and build a connection. The other thing is as well that's really important is build up your email database, because there are so many ways to get out your business, your brand, products by building on your email list. And also, I find that people respond to signing up to an email list more so on LinkedIn than they do on Instagram. I don't know if you found that as well.
Yeah. Again, it's what you're on that platform for, isn't it? You're on that platform. And the thing is, you could put the same message out on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok to the same person, but then, like you said, they're more likely to sign up on Instagram to it than if they saw it on TikTok or if they saw it on Instagram. But I think with LinkedIn as well, it's like you said, you need to network with people, and there's obviously two types of leads that you can get. You can get inbound leads and outbound leads. Inbound leads are always going to be the hardest to get. You're posting, and you're waiting for someone to say, I want to buy your service, I want to buy your product. But outbound is the physical. You're out there, you're talking to people, you're networking, you're connecting, and making sure that you're telling the world about what you do, not just in your post, but in your messages. But as we both know, we've said it, our inboxes are flooded with people trying to sell us tax grants and SEO and stuff like that. Like, there's so much. So your message has to stick out. It has to be different. I know a lot of people are sending personalized videos now, personalized voice clips. Maybe that's the way to do it.
Also, it's like good timing. So if you're ever going to post on LinkedIn, make sure that it's quick, snappy decisions, quick, snappy answers that people can respond to first thing in the morning. You've got to remember, you've got to think body clock. When people wake up in the morning, people used to read the newspaper. Now they open up social media, but people want nice, easy, quick information. So having a poll first thing in the morning, people can read it, be quite engaged by it, but then it's so easy just to click yes or no or maybe. So don't have a long text message, long text, big description in the morning. People don't want to read it. They're just waking up, they're having their coffee. So learn the body clock and timings of LinkedIn. You know, have something interesting and factual towards the end of the evening when someone's sitting there, they're chilled out and they're on their sofa or on the train. And the other thing you've got to ask yourself, this is as black and white as it can get. On Instagram, it's very unlikely, I've said it before, that you'll have really cash-rich business owners. On LinkedIn, you have got people who are in their late 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s who are sitting on a lot of money, but they know nothing about TikTok. They know nothing about Instagram. They do not care, but they've been on LinkedIn since the start of it, and they do business.
And that works the other way. How many people do we speak to that are massive on Instagram,
but no money?
But no money, but also they've got no idea about LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It works.
Oh,
it works.
100%.
And we've spoken to some people with really big followings on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
So I do think, for me, you can put the same message out across all three platforms. You just have to tweak it to that audience. So that short will work really well as a story on Insta and will work really well on TikTok. But having maybe a 5-minute video on LinkedIn will work really well with the same message, but you can break that video up like you do and I do with loads of little shorts. But also that could work good on a reel on Insta. So you can repurpose that one piece, but differently to fit the audience on each platform.
Yeah. See, this is the way that I look at it for anyone wanting my take on it. Instagram is like a validation page. Doesn't matter how many followers you've got. Instagram is a landing page where people can come to see that you are a real person. TikTok right now, just massive exposure to the entire world where you can gain followers, gain traction, get exposure. LinkedIn, stick to LinkedIn for the money. And that's the thing, that there is serious money on LinkedIn. You just have to hack on how you work it. And we've been on it for a while. You know, we've been on it for years now, especially combined, both of us. Yeah. And something really cool that Paul and I are looking at doing is putting together like a mastermind call, because I think between the two of us, we have so much niche and specific knowledge that we could share. We really feel that it would be beneficial to people. So that's something that's coming soon. But it's a platform you need to be on. And I think when it comes to people that spend a lot of time on Instagram, you hit the nail on the head. When you mention that word LinkedIn, they're almost like, oh, I know I should be on it, but I just
for recruiters.
I just don't. Yeah, it's for recruiters, and it's, you know, I use this saying, curtains and carpets. You know, very old school and boring, but it's not. Even video. LinkedIn right now is really taking nicely to video, isn't it? It's responding brilliantly.
It is, and I just think again, it's just the reach. We spoke again. I did a post the other day, and it was a personal post, and it had something like 15,000 impressions, over 60 comments. You would never reach that audience on Instagram, because unless you have 16,000 followers or following, they're not going to see it. They're not going to see it. So,
well, we done a little bit of a test. You put out that post that had a lot of description. It was really it allowed people to really read and engage in that. I followed suit maybe a few hours later or a day later. And I think I was finished on about 11,000 impressions. You got a lot of impressions. So it does work. You've just got to be a bit tactful with it. So we are going to come to a close. We are going to be putting together something really cool soon. So watch this space. It will be on our socials. So look to get involved. Any final words?
Just take what we've said, implement it. And as Aaron said, look out for the mastermind coming. There's going to be some big tips.
Awesome. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all very soon.
Wait, where's he going?
I'll leave that in there because leave that like.